Well, everybody. It's a special week because we have 3 episodes of Phonogenics 101 all coming out in the same week. We started with Joni on Monday, a little Prince on Wednesday, and tomorrow we're doing Madonna's Finally Enough Love, 50 number ones. So it's a full week. My face is starting to unfreeze a little bit, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, how are you feeling?
Yeah, better, right? You can see some more teeth. My eye still doesn't close all the way, but whatever.
Yeah, still look like Jeremy Gloff.
I still look like Jeremy. I'm still nasty. Don't worry about that. Okay. Phonogenics 101. Thank you to my YouTube subscribers. Thank you to my Patreon subscribers. I was saying on the Joni podcast, we're never going to have those cheesy product placements and ads here. We're keeping it grassroots. So thank you to everyone for just doing the thing. I paid for my Zoom subscription. I am happy. Oh, Melissa's here. So, since there's only 5 of us, including me, I am going to go around and have everybody just tell them a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and what you think of Prince. Ben, this is your first time on Phonogenics 101. You found us in the comments. Very nice to meet you. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Nice to meet you too. Hi, Melissa. I am 54 years old. I live in San Diego, California. Been a Prince fan since 79, 78, around there. He's influenced my life just ridiculously. Just him being such a rebel in all aspects of pushing boundaries. My first sexual experience was to the Dirty Mind album.
Honey.
I was like 12.
Honey.
And so I've grown with him. And it's been awesome. It's been an awesome ride. And I'm kind of bummed that he's not here to keep writing it, but that's my story.
Well, it sounds like you did plenty of writing it, listening to Dirty Mind. Okay.
I'm doing, except for I didn't have sex with my sister.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Clark.
Hello, I am Clark. I am coming to you from Tampa, Florida. I have been a friend of Jeremy's for 5 or 6 years now.
In real life.
Such a Prince fan that we chased Jill Jones to the wilds of Ohio a couple of years ago. So, I'm a fan, and I'm a friend of Melissa's, and I'm happy to be here.
And we went up to hang out with Brenda Bennett in Rhode Island, too. Don't forget to say that.
That's right. Yeah, I can't forget that road trip. So we chased Jill Jones and Brenda Bennett.
Yep, my girls. We love them. Yeah. All right. Next, making a very special cameo from the Joni Mitchell Phonogenics, but also a Prince girl, Jahida Esperanza.
Hello. So I'm Jahida Esperanza coming to you from Colorado. And my first introduction to Prince was in the 80s. And I was born in 79, but in the 80s. And I didn't really get into him until about my 20s, as I had told Ben, because for some weird reason, my parents didn't ever let me listen to the whole albums. And so then when I finally did, I realized just really how far his genius goes. And I became kind of a really big fan, to the point that I tattooed myself with the love symbol, just so that every single day I can, think about what he has done for me. And honestly, I feel like a kinship with him because I do absolutely, love Joni. I love Joni first, but I just feel like we have that kind of connection, and I can hear it a lot in his music. And I'm glad to be here.
I'm so glad you're here. I was so happy to hear you can make it. And last but not least, she's been with us since the first Prince podcast, and so have you, Clark, though, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. But this is our friend, Melissa Riley, who we did meet in Ohio briefly. I think we met. I don't know. We met in person.
I didn't. Yeah. I didn't.
Yes, we were running the photo booth for Jill Jones.
Yeah,
and
we met,
but we didn't.
There was a lot going on.
Yeah.
But anyway,
we got put to work.
We did get put to work. I did MC the damn show. Okay.
Yeah.
So Melissa Riley, tell us all about yourself.
Oh boy. Hi, I'm Melissa. I'm from Akron, Ohio. I've been a Prince fan since middle school and listened to his music. But once I started seeing the videos on Friday night videos, that was over for me. Like, and then the movie came out, and that was like, I followed him on the path all the way. I know some people stopped in the 90s, but
Jeremy.
I kept going.
Listen, I did, but I didn't because I have every album. I just listened to them once and kind of put them away. Sorry, Melissa. Sorry, Clark interrupted you. Continue. Do you know what I love about Melissa Riley is of all Prince's whole discography, there's only 3 songs that you don't like, right?
She's frozen.
Oh, she's frozen.
Well, I'll speak on her behalf. That aren't the only songs that she doesn't like. Sister.
Oh yeah, I do remember her saying that.
Yep. I feel like
Rush, I think, is one of them.
Talk to Rush. Oh, see, Ben knows.
I missed what you said because my thing froze, my Zoom.
I was saying how there's only 3 Prince songs that you don't like.
A few, yeah.
Sister, Ronnie Talk to Russia, and Arms of Orion. Are those?
Oh yeah, that's pretty
I
accurate.
don't understand how you don't love Arms of Orion. I think that song is wonderful.
Sheena Easton.
It is.
But sorry, I love you. Sorry.
Yes, we all have different tastes. As we heard on Monday when we talked about her Joni Mitchell's Shine album. Okay, now let me start this off by saying that I loved every Prince album up to The Symbol. And then this is the first one where I listened to certain songs I loved, but then didn't listen much to the rest of the album. So I'm going to be turning it over to you guys a lot to do more of the talking. I did listen to the whole album in my car over the last couple of days, but this is where The Symbol came into play, which Jahida has tattooed on her arm. Melissa, don't you have a Prince tattoo also? Or am I imagining things?
I do not have any tattoos.
Oh, you don't have
but
any
I have
tattoos.
lots of Prince shirts.
All right, so I remember, to me, this album had some similarities to Diamonds and Pearls, as there was like a real banger song that you heard first, then the album came. Because I remember hearing Get Off, and then Diamonds and Pearls came, and then I remember Sexy Motherfucker, and then fucking this album, and Get Off and Sexy MF are 2 of the funkiest songs in existence, in my opinion. So I just got to pause for 1 second. So anyway, so let's go around the circle and have everyone tell about their introduction to this album. We'll start with my upper left. Ben, your first time here. Tell us about
first time here.
The Symbol album and your relationship.
The Symbol album. Yeah, so I knew Sexy MF came out. I was a big fan of it. And then My Name is Prince, the second single, and I was like, I think he was just trying a little too hard to be edgy. I know, because this was right after his $100 million contract deal, remember?
Yeah.
And so I think he just wanted to kind of appeal to the masses with that song in particular, but the rest of the album, aside from that song, I love.
All right.
It just didn't hit me with My Name is Prince because I can't relate to it. My name's Ben. So, most of the songs I can relate to, but I'm not going to be going around saying My Name is Prince because I'm not, obviously. But great album, I think.
All right, Clark, you're next. What's your relationship with the Symbol album?
Well, I just bought all his albums sight unseen. So the day it was out, I went and got a copy, usually on cassette, and listened to it in the car on the way home. So it didn't matter what it was. I was going to buy it no matter what.
All right. How about you, Jahida?
Well, this came out when I was 12. and I have to say, actually, I don't think I heard Sexy MF. But I did hear My Name is Prince, and I remember loving that. And then 7 came out, and I was like, oh, so yeah, I love so many of the songs on this album. And I feel like when just kind of like Joni, when you get older, certain other things you kind of appeal. I love the fact that some of it's really kind of, well, obviously you got their fantasy rock soap opera, right? But it has this kind of very Broadway to me, kind of really dramatic. and it kind of it gives me that parade sort of feel where he is putting on a persona. And I like that. I don't know why. Not because I don't think I mean, Prince himself is just, he is the sexy MF, but I feel like I do like,
Sorry.
I do like that that dramatics, hence I'm a drama teacher, but I like that sense of just being really extra. Oh, yeah, that was my thing. I really love My Name is Prince in Seventh, and probably because, like, legit, I grew up next to New York City, so to me, when it's like Funky Fresh for the 90s, I'm like, yeah, my own 12-year-old self. I was like, I'm funky, I'm fresh, No, I wasn't.
Oh, all right, Melissa. How about you in the Symbol album?
I don't remember like when it came out. I mean, I remember the songs obviously and love them, but I don't remember like actually when it came out for some reason. It's right around the time. Yeah, I went through a divorce and then I was single for a while. I was 23, and so I don't remember a lot from that time.
Maybe that's a good thing, right?
I remember Sexy Motherfucker and My Name is Prince, which I love, and him bringing Tony M into a lot of that with the rap of the whole album. I didn't really understand at the time, but I do now. Like, it just kind of like fits in with some of that stuff, but I guess we'll talk about that when we get to the songs.
Cool.
But yeah, I love it.
So I have the original CD that came out. They had the symbol on the CD case. So I think that's the first edition. We have the little pyramid on the back. Of course, the album cover is from the 7 music video. What was his wife's name? Mate? How do you say it?
Maite Garcia.
Here's the new Power Generation without Rosie Gaines on the back cover. Does anybody have anything to say about this album cover before we move into the track by track discussion? I don't have anything to say. I do love Prince's hair from the whole Diamonds and Pearls symbol era with the, he was sexy.
Typhoon.
Yeah, the typhoon hurt me. All right.
It would.
So I hate to yuck anybody's yum, but I'm just gonna say my opinion. Then we're gonna move on to everyone else's opinion. But I did listen to the album in my car, and I hadn't heard My Name is Prince since it came out. And I didn't really like it when it came out. I just thought it was kind of noisy and cheesy. And I'm okay with like Bitch I'm Madonna. I twerked in my car to that song. Like, I might have popped my pussy a little bit to Bitch I'm Madonna. But My Name is Prince. When he had that video with the hat, Shane's hat, and the microphone gun, I'm like, oh, girl, what's going on here? I felt like he was trying to be tough, and he just seemed like a puss.
Exactly. Yeah, you can be real tough in high heels.
But I also love breaking gender expectations and stuff.
Well, I mean, anybody that has met Prince, and has talked about him, talks about how he's actually quite like, he is kind of really tough.
Right.
Like he gave that air of don't fuck with me because I will not hesitate to smack a bitch. You know what I mean? Like, so
that's Charlie Murphy, right?
Yeah. Well, and even Eddie Murphy, like being who he was a rabid Prince fan, and he was like, Prince could do anything. You know what I mean? So, I feel like that whole idea was him being, with the heels and the makeup is kind of disarming people until all of a sudden he turns around and he's like, oh, you thought I was a bitch? Like, wham, I don't know.
Like my point with the song, it's like, did he really need to introduce himself to us? It's like, we already knew who he is. And, who is he going to attract at that point? I mean, you guys, because I was 25 when this came out.
I was
already on my way to being me now.
This came out in 92, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So I would have been 17. I was 17 when this came out. So I was pretty on my way to being Mr. Gloff. But when I listen to the song, I feel like he screamed. He was screaming the whole time. Blah, 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 blah. And then, and the song just was kind of noisy. But I'm done. Now let's hear from those who love this song and why. Jahida and Melissa. And then Clark. Well, Clark, where do you stand on this one?
It's a grabber for an album opener, so that's good. You know, it gets your attention and draws you in. It's not among my favorites. A lot has been discussed about his dallying with hip hop, and this was kind of a sticking his big toe into it. And a lot of that wasn't, I don't want to say unsuccessful. I mean, he determines what's successful for him, but maybe not his best work to some of the early attempts at embracing hip hop. And this is one of those. So I don't hate it, but it's not going to be on my rotation or anything.
Would you ever wear the biker hat with the chains? Like from the
No, I never had one of those.
You never had one of those? Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's hear from
I have a gun mic.
You have a gun mic.
Oh, nice.
Kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't have that either.
Say that's
Yeah.
cool. Well, okay, so I agree with Clark how this really was, I thought, a good choice for an opener because it really did it was, upbeat. It grabbed you immediately. I do also think he does have a little bit of a screamy sense, kind of like in Get Off, right? But I think the thing about Prince, which, he has a myriad of sounds and voices. I mean, his range was pretty big,
Yeah.
And I think like coming from somebody else, maybe I'd be like, but coming from him, I'm like, yeah, like I'm all about it. So I think the hip hop is all right. Like you said, he's dipping a toe, and I thought it was okay. I mean, it's not my favorite either. I'd rather hear Prince more, right? But it makes me also wish that he had gotten together with somebody who's probably a better hip hop, and rapper. Like, so I'm not saying that Tony M's terrible. I'm just saying it's like, I would like to hear somebody's other kind of voice, somebody else's sort of freestyle or maybe not even freestyle, but whatever, somebody else rapping. And it kind of, and so I think about who was popular back then, and I'm like, oh, well, maybe like when you think about it, was like what, Snoop Dogg, right? Like,
yeah.
Tupac and stuff like that, which I don't know, because it was heavily into the gangster rap, right? I don't know anybody who would necessarily have been open to probably recording with Prince, but who knows? So I love the track. I mean, like I said, funky fresh from the 90s. My 12-year-old ass was like, I'm funky fresh, I'm not. And
I think you are.
I was a pimply little idiot, like in New Jersey. But yeah, I mean, I definitely remember hearing it on Hot 97 and just being like totally grooving. So I like the song. And yes, you're right. I don't think he needed to introduce himself to anybody, but
I think Prince kind of had a love-hate relationship with hip-hop, and he tried to ignore it for as long as he could. And then when he realized, like, okay, this is probably here to stay, well, I'm going to make it my own. And that's why he's going to try to put his individual stamp on his brand of the hip-hop that was on his albums, I think. He goes so far as to diss it in the Black Album. So.
Right. Which we'll be talking about in a couple months.
Right.
Well, I have a question, and if maybe you guys know better than I do, but did he write what Tony M's rapped, or did Tony write it?
I think Tony wrote his own raps.
Yeah, I think Tony wrote his raps.
Okay, because I would be interested to see what Prince would have written himself.
Oh yeah, Prince's would have been more clever, I think. With the words,
for sure.
Not just rhyming every other verse. But we'll never know. Or maybe we will.
Melissa,
we got like thousands of songs on the vote.
I know.
All right.
I want them now.
Oh,
So what do you think of My Name is Prince?
I love the song. It was a good opener to the album. And funny story, I had a friend that got me a kitten, which I always said I like black cats. So she got me this black kitten, and I named the cat Prince, even though it was a girl. And so when this song came out, it was like my cat's anthem. My name is Prince and I am funky. So,
I love it.
yeah, like I said in the beginning, like I didn't really get the Tony M raps and stuff like that on here, but I still like the song. I thought it was great. It was on the radio, so that made me happy. I don't know what else to say.
And then, of course, we had to say the historical irony that Prince did change his name shortly after he released My Name is Prince.
All right.
But we all know that already. All right. So I think since this is the Prince Phonogenics, we need to do the Marcus. This originated, we do this in the Joni Mitchell one now, and I think I did it in the Fleetwood Mac, yeah. But it goes back to Marcus from the Prince group, the thumbs up, sideways, or down. So My Name is Prince. What does everyone give it? All right, we have 3 up, 1 sideways, and 1 down. All right, moving on.
Good time.
Moving on. Now, let me just say quickly that Ben emailed me something that the original version of this album had a lot more of the segues with the talking and the news reporter, and there's more of a story in the original cut of the album, which got cut down to only a couple of them in the final. So I just did want to put that out there. So I'm sure all the major fans have heard those, but I like to stick to the commercially released album. But I guess when the deluxe expanded version comes out, we'll hear it all. Who here has heard that full version? Anybody else besides Ben?
Me.
You're not missing much.
You're not okay. Who's
No.
the reporter?
I sent you the text of it, right?
Yeah,
Christy
I read the
Alley.
text. Yeah, Christy.
Alley.
Well, we don't need to hear from her. We certainly don't.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, she's extreme MAGA now, isn't she?
Exactly. Prince
Is
knew.
she?
Yes.
Big.
Big,
Oh, that's
big
horrible.
time.
Like I know she was already nuts because of Scientology, but
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Prince saw into the future. He's like, honey, we're cutting that from the album. He knew. Okay, track 2. What I consider one of the funkiest songs ever made, right up there with Get Off, because if you remember last month, Get Off really grinds my gears, I should say. And this song, I just think it's so funky. Like I love the organic band sound. This song is just, I don't have much to say about Sexy MF other than I just love it. Anybody else care to expand on this track?
I love the horns in that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I'm a big fan of horn sections anytime he used them.
And who did the guitar solo? Levi Caesar?
Yeah, I think he was playing guitar at this.
That's a
this
funky.
event, right?
That's a funky guitar right there. That solo.
Yeah,
Very
Yeah.
jazzy.
yeah. Because somebody else was playing bass, so
I just feel like they're in this jazz club, way off on a side street, like at 3 a.m., just playing some funky jazz. I don't know. This song does it for me.
yeah, and you could imagine that they're like all just kind of hanging out and jamming, and all of a sudden somebody's hearing it and they're like, "You sexy motherfucker," and you're like, "Oh, that sounds good." And then all of a sudden everybody's like drunk and like, "You sexy motherfucker,"
Shaking that ass, shaking
and
that
they're like,
ass,
"Oh, let's
shaking
do
that
that," you know? And then especially at the end, "Sexy motherfucker shaking that ass," right? So it's like,
Right.
of course. So I don't know. That's how I like to think that song came about.
Yeah.
Right.
Drunken sing along.
That's nice.
I think this is one of Prince's best songs of all time. Like, he has a lot of best songs, but I don't even know if I could do a top 10, but because there's so many I love, but this is right up there with them.
You
Well-
have to break them up into categories.
one of the things I always gauged was whether he liked them or not, and I gauged that by the fact whether they're included in the medley, the purple medley. And this is the one of the songs that was in the purple medley that he put out for the Gold Experience.
When he was born again, did he still do this song, but an edited version?
Yeah, and the purple medley he leaves out the motherfucker.
Oh, so what is it?
And there's a- yeah,
Right?
Hmm.
Well, that kind of sucks though.
Yeah. I want the motherfucker. Like, give me
Well, I
the.
think the song did a disservice to him being titled what it is because, it's for shock. For what? I don't think he did it for shock, but I mean, most people are just kind of uptight in America about vulgar language and,
Especially
so
in '92.
that as a single, it's like, you're not going to really get much radio play with that. And the novelty of it kind of sucks when you censor it, So it's like, okay.
Right.
But I feel like this song throughout the years has gained a legacy and legend, just like Erotic City did. Because that wasn't a single, but everyone knows that song. And I feel like everybody knows Sexy Motherfucker. Like
Right.
even non-Prince fans. I feel like people know Sexy Motherfucker over My Name Is.
You got a shout out on a Salt and Pepper record.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yep.
Like
The
Prince said, you're a sexy
shoot.
mother. I'm real wild. Big boy, stop by.
Boy,
Oh, the
stop
mile.
by the mile. Skin with a smile.
Such a good song. Oh my gosh. Well, does anyone else have anything to say about this song? I mean, I could talk about how great it is for hours, but I feel like the song speaks for itself. You sexy motherfucker. So, okay, I give it a 2 thumbs up.
Well, I will say, this is the thing I will say about it is that Prince is really, really good at making sex sexy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And not dirty.
And not dirty.
And not dirty.
It's about even though somebody lost it to Dirty Mind, but still, like he makes it sound sensual.
Yeah.
And he, like, even in a song, he's describing what he's gonna do,
Right.
and it's just like, okay, you listen to it like, all right, I'm here for it, so that's what I would say. Like somebody who hears just the title,
Right.
and is like, meh, like that sounds dirty, but then when you listen to the lyrics, you're like,
Especially that song.
exactly. And to me, at the same time, to Get Off, I kind of feel the same way.
Yeah.
Like it's very, very sexy and sensual. So,
And I think it's so hard to actually be like, okay, I'm a huge Madonna fan. She's in my top 3, but I don't think she's sexy very often. Like even Erotica, which was about sex, isn't very sexy in my opinion.
I don't know. I think so.
I feel it's more like S&M, like dirty sex club.
I mean,
Which is sexy.
Go Down.
Well, okay. Colonel Sanders did say it best.
Finger
licking good.
And I think also too, Deeper and Deeper is kind of sexy.
All right. I take it. Well, it's a different kind of sexy then. Prince is the kind of sexy where I feel like they might take me out to dinner. I might get a dinner out of it.
True.
Madonna's the kind of sex where it's like, what was your name again? And I had one of those last week. So last night. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, moving back on to the album. Ben, you're not the only hoe here. Don't worry. No.
I knew that.
Oh.
I heard your thing for Tevin Campbell. So.
Oh.
You have a thing for Tevin Campbell?
Well, he could spin me round and round.
Tevin Campbell.
No. I don't mess with under 21. I do not mess with under 21. Okay. Well, maybe 20. Okay. Maybe 19. Okay. Maybe 18. No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
Oh, God, we're
You're a paragon.
That's where it stops. That's where
You're
it
a paragon of virtue, Jeremy.
I'm never doing 3 podcasts in 1 week because I'm just okay.
Oh my gosh.
Next, we get a little jazzy with Love to the Nines. I liked the song when I first heard it, and I still liked it. I didn't remember how it changes and gets a little bit more 90s. But I was there for it. I think this kind of continues some of the organic sounds from Diamonds and Pearls with some of the band stuff. And I love this song. I think it's breezy. Like I said, I don't know this album as much as some of the other ones, but I will say I love this song. Does anybody have anything to say about this one?
I love the song To the Nines.
Oh,
I do. This is my favorite song off the album.
really?
I think his wordplay in it is just very clever. Yeah, I there's nothing I don't love about this song. It just really pushes all my musical buttons.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. I love it.
I mean,
Yeah.
just the way he does the "Don't use that magical mysterious."
Yeah.
I mean, it. How many syllables can you get into that? That it's
Yeah.
just like it's crazy, and I love it. Yeah, I'm passionate about it. I love it to the
It's,
nines.
it's a very like uplifting, happy song. So I love it as well.
And 9's my lucky number, so I'm drawn to it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Aw. You know what okay, we're skipping back 2 songs, but I forgot how in My Name is Prince he sampled I Want to Be Your Lover. And I could have done without that too. Okay,
Right.
back to
Yeah. Me and Jay are like, wait, huh? What part is that?
during the intro, like the vocals, you can hear the vocals like low in the mix.
I love that part in it.
Yeah.
But I don't understand what's wrong with that. That's what my face was saying. Like, why?
Sampling his own music.
I know
Yeah.
he's sampling his own music.
Well,
I think
He
it's
also-
actually kind of like when people reference their old stuff and things. It's like it's almost like you can hear. It's almost like a wink in there.
okay.
Yeah. It's a little hard to hear, but he also sampled the intro from the Arsenio Hall show when he did all the Diamonds and Pearls stuff.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun.
Yeah, it's under
Okay.
that.
Well, looks like I'm in the minority with all my opinions this week. Okay, moving on. That's all good. Does anyone else have anything to say about Love to the Nines?
So I'm not a crazy fan, and this is probably because I'm around children all freaking day. Kind of funny that we're talking about you possibly dating Jailbait.
No,
Yeah.
never. I would never.
Because I was not crazy about that little bit where it's like, name Arabia, and that was fine, and then age Jailbait, like,
Right.
Oh yeah.
Well,
and
because he met
all
Magpie
of
when
these-
she was young.
yeah, all of these things, and I'm just like, like I could have done without the second half.
Me too. I like the first half better.
Yes, I like the
I
first.
like that part.
I think if he had just like if we could take that out, that would be great, and then maybe go to like, damn girl, let me see that booty boom. Like I'm okay with that, but I feel like then I'm thinking about a girl who's saying that, who's booty booming, and she's Jailbait.
Well, I think he is very age conscious on this album, with the morning papers reference and in this song. I think in this album, he was falling in love. I
Right.
think he was really falling in love with Maite. And
How old was she?
she was, 17, I think, or 16? Yeah. I don't think he did anything
when he met
illegal.
her,
I think he was totally
Okay.
respectful. But
Yeah.
I mean,
Bill Clinton didn't inhale either. Okay.
yeah.
so hold on. I'm gonna.
Anyway.
no, I don't think Prince. I think Prince is respectful of the law and his own morality.
Yeah.
I don't think he would do that.
Why is Prince hanging out in New Hampshire so much in 19 like where they have where the age of consent is 16? I don't know
She
if it's
was
real.
18.
Oh, okay. I feel better.
Oh wait,
She was
hold
how
on.
old?
Maybe she wasn't, because let's see when it came out. Was it
92.
before or after her birthday?
Oh no.
She's a fellow Scorpion.
She was 17.
Hmm.
Wait,
And
when was she born?
that's only when it was released, because it was recorded in 1990. So she was young.
But he was her parental guardian at that time, I think.
Is that what they call that these days?
Well, the parents had signed her off for her to work with him
Yeah.
as his guardian, or as her
Right.
guardian.
Right.
Can I announce something on this podcast? I am talking to a 41-year-old right now. So all these rumors about me and the jailbait are over. I'm going on a date with a 41-year-old. I'm 47. Moving on. Love to the
Anyway.
nines.
Well,
Oh,
wait a
Melissa.
minute. So that little part, the little breakdown, I like that part, but it's interesting to me that I think in the recorded version it was Carmen Electra, but then it became Maite's like part in their tour and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was obviously about Maite, but it was
Right.
recorded with Carmen Electra.
Yep, I believe you're right.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like my tape to me.
Right.
It actually sounds like Elisa.
Oh,
Personally, I think it sounds like Elisa, but I don't think she was in the picture then.
Well, good old Carmen Electra
Yeah.
has to show up every so often, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Why
yeah,
not?
he tried to make her something.
I feel like she's the original twerker. Like the first time I ever saw like a true twerk was Carmen Electra. Does anyone else
A
share
what
that
worker?
experience?
twerking
Twerk.
has been around forever.
I'm
I don't know what you
from
said.
a sheltered small town.
I didn't hear what you said.
I said Carmen Electra is the first twerker I ever saw to really like.
Oh, twerker.
Yeah.
I was like, huh? Oh, yeah, I didn't know it was twerking.
Okay, so we've discussed.
Nope. Wait, I'm looking at the Prince vault. Maite is the one who's singing.
Oh,
Oh,
That is her.
I thought I heard it was Carmen.
No, it says the track features a spoken dialogue portion featuring Maite making her first appearance on a Prince related track.
Oh,
as jailbait. Okay.
Carmen was busy being useless somewhere else.
she was still in there on
Yeah.
the Continental.
Well, Prince
Yeah.
wasn't always truthful in his credits either. You know,
Yeah, we
so
know that.
in doing that, so she got some, royalties out of it or something. I don't know, but
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, because I heard somewhere
if
it
that's
was
what I
Carmen.
say, Maite, I'll go with Maite.
So
Carmen on any of this actually, and the personnel. But so she was 16 when she did this, so she was a little bit. But I'm gonna go and refill and then come back.
well, love to the nines. Let's do the thumbs up, down, and sideways. I feel like Jahida was a thumbs up first half, thumbs down second half. So this is me. Like first half, second half, first half, second half, first half, second half.
Which is the first and which is the second?
First half, second half.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Next, The Morning Papers, the first ballad of the album. I actually liked it more than I remembered. I thought it was a nice ballad. What do you all think of this one?
Should have been a hit.
It was a single, right?
Yeah, it should have been a bigger hit than it was.
Why do you think it wasn't a
I
hit?
love it.
I don't know, but it was definitely in tune with what was on the radio at the time. So I don't know if they just weren't expecting that from Prince, but because I mean, like anything else, it doesn't sound like a Prince song, but it's a great song. I love it.
Was there a music video?
Yeah, he's wearing a flannel shirt like he's from Seattle all of a sudden in the video.
Okay. Well, Melissa, you like this one too?
I do like it. Yes. Sorry, Marcus trying to get him to join.
Oh, yeah.
Marcus.
Marcus. Ben, are you having fun with us so far? I hope so.
I am. I am.
Good.
I'm just being a little shy right now.
Don't be shy.
Yeah.
Don't be shy. Well, what did you think of The Morning Papers?
I thought it was a little soft. I mean, it's an okay song. I think it would have probably fared better with somebody like, I don't know, Journey or something. I don't know. It was a little soft for me, especially if he's trying to go with the whole, gangster thing. And then in the video, he's got the whole plaid thing like they were doing with a grunge look. And it's like, I just think he's trying to be so many different versions of himself. I don't know. It just rubbed me weird, but it's an okay song. I like it, but it's just real soft.
Have y'all read Maite's book or no?
I bought it, but I haven't read it.
Yeah, it just kind of ties into what she was saying about their relationship and stuff, about how she was naive and like how he waited for her. And I don't know. I really like it. I think it's like part of their love story.
Absolutely.
Okay, I bought all these books and I'm going through them. I'm really on this Blondie kick right now, which is going to be one of my Phonogenics series season 2 starting next year. But anyway, back to Prince. Yes, I want to read that book. I give this song like a sideways.
Yeah.
I don't love it and I don't hate it. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. I'm the only sideways. And when Jahida gets back, we'll see if she wants to add anything. All right.
That should be your book. I'm a Little Sideways by Jeremy Gloff.
Now, I don't understand what that's supposed to mean.
Oh, you
I think if you were upside down. But
Oh, I've not been upside down in a long time, believe me.
I thought that was you.
My back hurts too much. I'm sorry. Okay. Next is a song that I do not remember at all from back in the day, but it's very 90s. I kind of liked it a little bit. The Max, I don't know. It was kind of funky.
Mhm.
It reminded me a little bit, the hook where they're singing about the Max, reminded me of the hook from Jughead a tiny bit. Just,
Yeah.
I think to say the
I
title.
can see that. Yeah.
If there were more songs like this, it would get on my nerves, but luckily I feel like the album doesn't go into this territory too much. So I was kind of along for this one. But I'm curious, what did you guys think of the Max?
I like the driving piano in it.
Yeah.
Ben,
That's
I
it?
think I like the song. I think you're right. It's got that little it's different from the other songs. It's more like a fresh 90s.
very New Jack Swing, isn't it? Kind of.
Yeah.
Is Marcus coming?
He asked if we just started, and I said not that long ago.
If he's coming, we can
I'm
pause
fine.
for a second.
Hold on.
So our friend Jahida's back. Everyone gave Morning Papers a thumbs up, and I gave it a sideways. So what did you think of that song?
You know, honestly, even though I'd listened to it earlier, I feel like I can't even remember it.
Yeah, it's just a ballad. It's just a ballad.
Um,
And then we moved on to the Max, which everyone feels it's like a New Jack Swing kind of 90s. I'm all right with it.
I'm not in love with it, but I mean, and I like New Jack Swing, but
I like
you know,
good New Jack Swing though.
yeah, same. And I just feel like, you know, it's not my favorite thing. I think it's a little hokey.
You know, I'm
Like
thinking
it kind of makes, maybe it's because it makes me think of Saved by the Bell.
Why?
Cause that was the place they hung out.
the Max.
So it just makes me like, let's go to the Max. And I'm like, fine.
Maybe that's where my chair was hanging out in high school.
That's
It's a
true.
Max.
She was at that age. She would have been watching. Oh, Zach Morris, he's so hot. But yeah, no, I don't necessarily feel like. You know what? I need to hear Morning Papers again. I'm not crazy about the Max.
Now, this brought to mind, I think there were a lot of 80s artists, R&B, that made really bad New Jack Swings in the early 90s. Like, I'm a huge Tina Marie fan. Her album Ivory to me is my least favorite. Like, she tried to do the New Jack Swing. My only Tina Marie album I don't love. The Pointer Sisters had a really bad New Jack Swing album, and I love their 70s and 80s stuff. So I feel like New Jack Swing was a hard transition for our 80s people. I'm trying to think of who did it successfully. I think Prince had. I don't know.
New Jack Swing successfully?
Like from the 80s. Like who from the 80s transitioned and did a good job.
I got you. Okay. I was like,
Teddy Riley produced stuff and commercial stuff, or Redhead Kingpin and the FBI. They did New Jack.
Can I ask a question? Did Whitney have a couple good New Jack Swing songs on I'm Your Baby Tonight? Because I think she might have. No?
I don't remember.
Maybe
I don't know.
All right. Moving on. The Max. Thumbs up, sideways, or down? I'm giving it a sideways.
I like it.
Almost thumbs up.
All right. Next, things get a little slinky, a little sexy. Like I said, when I bought this album, there were a few songs I listened to all the time, and I did love Blue Light right from the first time I heard it. I think it's sexy. Would you say it's kind of, would it be reggae? What style would you say this is?
Oh
It's
yeah.
close. Yeah,
Reggae
it's close.
influenced.
I don't know. I think sometimes artists do like to do genre experiments, and I think maybe Prince is like, let's do a reggae song. But unlike his New Jack Swing experiments, I feel like it made me want to turn on a blue light. And when I listened to it the other day, I still loved it. So to me, this was a successful genre. Had he done reggae before this song?
He's done
Not
3
that-
that I know of. This one, Rip Pop Go the Zipper, and something that was on the 1999 Deluxe that I can't remember.
But this was his first officially released reggae song, though, right?
Yeah,
You know, someone in the YouTube comments is gonna be like, there's a song from 1983.
I know.
I love the lyrics for this one. I think the lyrics are very clever in this.
And just like Jahida said earlier, I think it's sexy. Just like sexy, but this is like,
Sensual,
No.
yeah.
it's making me want to get out of a bubble bath, blue light. Depending how I feel about my self-image that day, decide how bright that blue light's gonna be. All right. What did you all think of this one? Anything to add?
I think he should have maybe tried more reggae stuff. I mean, I just like him experimenting anyway,
Yeah.
generally, because that's one of the reasons why I love him is because he was fearless with his his genres of music.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed all the reggae influence stuff that he's done. And stuff Bob Marley, but, you know, hey,
Wasn't there a reggae influenced song on Rave Into the Joy Fantastic? The one with No Doubt, kind of a reggae feel to it.
Waiting Room? Oh no, that was not their thing. I
So
think
Far,
that
So
was,
Please.
Well, isn't that?
I don't think that was reggae.
Is it reggae or is
Yeah, I
it?
don't think
it was
closer to
something.
ska?
Oh, that's closer to ska, right?
Yeah, I
Which
think
is-
the waiting game that he had done with them was kind of reggae-ish or ska.
I never listened to that album, so I can't answer it.
Yeah.
I'm
I
gonna
miss
put
it.
you guys on mute so I can listen to Morning Papers because now I'm like, damn, now I need to hear it.
Here, I can pause it for a second.
How you doing, Ben?
How are you?
All right.
Hey.
We are welcoming Marcus, who is the originator of the thumbs up, thumbs sideways, and thumbs down rating scale, which I use on all my podcasts now, the Marcus scale. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I love it. We have the great crew here, so we just might have to do more Prince albums because I just love this group. I'd miss you guys. Okay, we're talking about Blue Light. I think this song is sexy. The song makes you just want to have someone look in my eyes when I'm not wearing clothes. Unlike Madonna songs where it's like, don't look me in the eyes, but take your clothes off. So does anybody have anything to say about Marcus? What do you think of Blue Light?
I got a funny Blue Light story. I'm so mad I kind of miss Sexy Motherfucker.
Well,
But,
tell that story too. That's fine. We can do a little.
I got a Blue Light story. This is very true. So when did this album come back? Like 92? I'm like a freshman. I'm a freshman then. I'm a freshman and this album comes out. And back in the day, we had like a big house with everybody would come up for Christmas. So my mom was like, "Hey, everybody, gather around. Marcus has a performance to do." So I was like doing Prince back then, right? It was funny. And remember, he did this song on the Arsenio Hall show with Mike Tay. And I copied that whole performance. But my Mike Tay was my little cousin. So of course I ain't really.
Oh my gosh.
And my microphone gun.
Nonetheless.
Right. And my microphone gun was a water gun. Oh my god, it was classic. It was classic.
It's all in the details. It's all in the details.
Right. So I had this water gun as my microphone gun. And I just told my little cousin, 'cause I think we're like 11 years apart. And I said, hey, sit on the piano. So we didn't have like a mini, like a little baby grand or nothing, but it was like a little half piano. I said, sit right here. You might take sit right here. I'm going to sing to you. And I didn't know what I was singing, but I knew the song. And I did all the slides and whatever. And, I think back, I go, I can't believe I did that at Christmas in front of everybody with my little cousin. I mean, it was sheer classic.
Marcus, would you be willing to?
Of course, everybody clap. they
They were like,
do,
that's
right, that's right. That's our baby. That's our baby. That was good. That was good, right? So I give Blue Light. I give it thumbs up.
I give it a thumbs up. What does everyone else give this one?
Oh, thumbs up. I love the vibe of this song.
Marcus, would you be willing to serenade us with a little line from Blue Light like you did in 1992? So
here we are again.
Before we move on, did you have a sexy motherfucker story? Because we do have space for you to share it if you'd like to before we move on.
All right, so real quick, thank you. Real quick, sexy motherfucker. Let me tell you when I first heard that song. It's true. Oh my god, man, this really brings it back to where the whole Prince thing started for me. Now I knew of Prince, of course, in the '80s and so forth, and I knew the whole back and forth with Michael and all that good stuff. But you're a kid, you're right. You don't have the money. So at this particular time, my uncle had a beauty shop, and I used to work with him on the weekend. I used to shampoo hair. I used to shampoo hair right downtown. So he would take me home on Sundays. He had this Choco BMW. It was all red inside, like the leather, everything. He had a great sound system. So he's flying down the expressway. This is Dan Ryan in Chicago. He's flying down because I lived way in the suburbs and blasting this song. I mean, blasting it. And I was like, is he saying motherfucker? Right? I'm like, who? I'm like, who is this? And he's flying. And he looks over. He was like, what? You don't know? You don't know who this is? And I was like, no, who is this? And he was like, you don't know? You don't know? And he grabs the CD and he throws it in my lap. And so I picked this CD up and I'm looking at it and I see this symbol. And the symbol, man, I was like, what is this? This is amazing. What is, like, I didn't know anything about the whole girl, boy, like nothing. I'm just like, what is this? And he was like, it's your boy. It's Prince. And I was like, this is Prince? And it sounded so like something I've never heard before. And I thought it was so cool that he was saying motherfucker. And I was just shocked. And the horns, I would never forget, like dun dun dun. You sexy, I was just like, man, that's amazing. And then he just kept it on repeat. So we get to my house, we pull in the driveway, he jumps out. I hesitated because I said, I have to have this CD. So being a kid, you're so naive. I took the CD. I took his CD. I said, I'm taking this CD. I took this CD, not even thinking this is what he was into the whole entire time here, like he wouldn't miss it. And so, I go in the house, man, of course, I'm like, open it up. I'm like, who's this girl? Oh my gosh, this is great. Who's these guys? And I knew the dancers, from Diamonds and Pearls, but I was just like, wow, this is awesome. This is so cool. He had the nice little fold out. And I'll never forget when I ran into like 3 Chains of Gold video. I mean, I still have all that stuff. I still have it all. I still have his CD. Like he never asked for it back, anything like that. And I still
That's
today,
a nice uncle.
I still today, at 45 years old, have his CD.
I love that story.
So as a teenager, you got, I had a little job, I had money, so I would go back to the record store, and it was because of that one song, and I just thought that was just like, oh my god, like. So I guess how like it was back in the day for people with Nicki, like the really shocking, sexy motherfucker was that for me. That was my like, oh my god, like I can't believe I can't believe he's saying that. You close the door, like, oh my God, this is awesome. Yeah, that's what really kind of like pioneered the whole kind of Prince thing. Like for me, I'm like, it's crazy. I'm going to record store, like, I want the CD and I want that poster that's on the wall with it. Like, that was me. That was so that was thank you for letting me share that. That's how all this started.
And here we are in 2022.
Yeah.
Have any of you used that line on anybody? You sexy motherfucker.
Only myself when I look in the mirror.
Oh!
Oh my God. Oh no.
Though, I think we all have to admit,
Say that to somebody.
Prince was a badass motherfucker during this era. Even like he
yeah.
always was, but he really was during this era.
He had to kind of come with it after Graffiti Bridge, all right? He just kind of like,
What?
great. But
Yeah, I had to
you
go
did
one way or the
not.
other.
he like,
No, you did not.
I gotta really kind of step it up. I got diamonds and pearls going. Let me get this going. Let me get back. So
And he did.
When nothing wrong with Graffiti Prince.
I'm talking more of the movie itself, of as far as not.
I don't know,
wrong with
Melissa.
it.
The second half of that album has some stinkers on it. Okay.
Funny enough, I think I've probably sang that to some girls in roller derby.
Oh,
Graffiti Bridge?
No,
Oh!
Sexy
Oh!
Motherfucker.
Like, that's hard. I'm like, you say Graffiti Bridge?
I know. I'm thinking you're roller skating to Graffiti Bridge to these girls. I'm like, no, I don't know.
I used to play roller derby. I'm on a break, and I'm pretty sure I've probably, because they all know I'm a fan of Prince, so I've probably sang "Sexy Motherfucker" to them a couple times.
Oh, I love it. That has to be your entrance music. Sexy motherfucker. All right. So, Blue Light, we all give it a thumbs up.
Which, by the way, I looked it up, and there are a couple other reggae songs that Prince has done.
Okay.
So,
yeah, he does. Yeah, he has other reggae songs.
he did "Rip Pop God the Zipper."
Yeah.
Pop go to zipper.
"If It'll Make You Happy."
That's what it was on the 1999 Deluxe, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I can remember the name of that.
And then "Splash." I don't know that one too much, but
I wouldn't consider Splash to be reggae.
No, I don't think. No, it doesn't have a reggae vibe to me. It's a great song. Though.
Yeah, I don't get a reggae deal for it.
What's Splash from? I never even heard of that song.
Splash.
Don't say that out loud.
It was
right.
with Wendy Lisa, I think.
Back to the album. We moved from a reggae experiment to Prince doing an experiment with modern dance music circa 1992 with I Want to Melt With You. I guess this is a little house. We have a little sample of La La La, He with the dogs in there. And I will tell you, when this album came out, I fucking loved this song. And when I was listening to it in the car, I still love it. I mean, I'm here for I Want to Melt With You.
Yeah.
I want to melt with you. I'm like, ooh, no problem.
And very industrial sounding, kind of like early techno, a little slower than most techno songs, but yeah, it was a sexy song. Just saying that to somebody you're thinking about, I want to melt with you, except for the line that threw me off was the river of blood, you must have been a virgin. Like, it's like, I don't know, just kind of a weird song.
We'll just skip past that line. We'll skip past that line.
She was a virgin. That's what happens. She popped her cherry.
Oh, Lord.
We already talked about her being jailbait.
Yeah.
You guys like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He was molding her. Oh yeah.
Melissa, any thoughts on I Want to Melt With You?
Yeah, I love this song.
It's like, that's
what I love about Melissa.
I
Like,
was just listening to your conversation.
All right. Any other thoughts on the song? I don't have much to say about it other than I liked it.
Well, again, I think it's sexy.
Yeah, like real sexy, like for real sexy.
Yeah, like I think he's very, very good at just not, I mean, although then, the same thing, River of Blood, you must have been a virgin is a little, but I mean, just these words when you're thinking about it, right? Like, we're gonna shake and shake and shake until we're both deranged with endorphins. This is the ultimate rave. And then later on, slow and slippery, groovy. If we bathe in each other's hips, you know what I mean? Like, you're just like, wow,
Yeah,
that's
it's very sensual. Yeah.
Very sensual.
I'm like,
I was actually just thinking that today about this album. That's weird that you said that today.
Yeah, that's just it. Is I feel like he has this little moment where you're just like, ugh, but then otherwise you're like, okay, I'm okay. Like he brought it back to the sensual,
Yeah.
not the gross.
The blood got cleaned up. We moved on.
Well, it's not that the blood is gross. It's just that the idea of, him being like, oh, you must have been a virgin. Like, I don't know. It just sounds creeper to me.
Yeah.
Especially considering how old she was, remember?
Exactly. And it's just
No.
So you're just like, ugh.
Just saying.
Okay.
And now I'm all thinking about it.
Okay, I give this song a thumbs up. Oh, Clark, a sideways. Why the sideways, Clark? I'm curious. The blood.
It just doesn't do anything for me. It's okay. I don't hate it, but it's nothing special.
Okay. Next, Sweet Baby. I did not remember this song from back in the day, and when I listened to it, it was fine, but I don't remember much about it now. I know it's slow, but this one just didn't stick with me. Does anybody love this song and have anything to say about it?
I could throw it on repeat. I like Sweet Baby.
Yeah, I love this song.
I do too.
Yeah.
I don't remember this one either. And I listened to it today.
Yeah.
So
it's a nice ballad, right?
It's more romantic, yeah.
And is it a little bit acoustic from what I remember?
What was that again?
I know I'm a shitty host, you guys, but I did work.
I didn't hear what you said.
I said, isn't there an acoustic guitar at the beginning, or am I imagining things? No? Okay.
No.
I don't think so.
Well, I don't remember hating it, so I'm going to leave this one to you guys. Anybody have anything to say about this one?
I give it a thumbs up. It was a great video, And
all right.
A cool song.
I'll give it a thumbs up because I remember thinking it was all right.
Yeah, it's one of those songs. It's a very positive kind of song. I've actually used it for myself. Saying sweet, like when I'm feeling down and funky, and I just want to get out of a mood. That's my song.
Okay.
It's like just hold your tears back now. I know that.
Next, we're getting back to that 90s sound with the next song, The Continental. Do you like you want to be done? Doesn't he say that in?
Mm-hmm.
What other song does he say that in? Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That's on the Crystal Ball. How you want to be done?
That's right. That's the one.
The remix, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do y'all think of Continental?
I like it because it got that next song. How you want to be done. I thought that was like really unique because I was like, what is this going to be, the bridge? And I was like, it's like a whole nother different song. And then when I actually saw the video, I said, oh my God, Carmen Electra's in this. Like, this is Carmen Electra's voice. Like, yeah. I like it. I can mess with Continental.
Was she in the video though? I don't remember being in the video.
Mm-hmm.
Was she?
Yeah. Because she's on the phone, laying in the
that.
bed on the phone while he's talking, they're talking back and forth on the phone.
Okay.
I have a friend James here in Tampa, and this was his favorite Prince song. And I just remember being like, The Continental? That's your favorite Prince song of all time?
It would have been a good album opener instead of My Name is Prince, but no, that's my taste.
This is getting towards that part of the album where I just don't have a lot to say. Like, I guess I'm like sideways about this. I guess I'll give it a thumbs up. What do y'all give?
I give it a thumbs up. I give it a thumbs up because of the bridge, like the how you want to be done. I like that, how he just sliced that in there.
Yeah.
She said the word can start from number one.
This one doesn't make me want to turn on the blue light, though, like some of the other sexy songs did. I knew this one made me want to kind of turn down the volume.
Dang, that's cold. It's cold. It's cold.
I know. That's a
Next is another ballad, Damn You. What did you all think of this one?
Oh,
Yeah, give me 2 thumbs up. Look,
classic.
Yeah.
That whole
Yeah.
that outfit, the video, like I remember I was like, I want a one piece thing. I want that. Like
The jumper with the tie.
I want a jumper with the tie. Can I get that for prom? That was like my idea of prom.
And the
Can I
tie.
get that?
It looks so high.
I just
Not
ruined
only
my-
that, the song is great. Like,
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
ties in with
think
the
up
whole
until
thing.
that
with
point-
potential.
I think that was his most beautifully written song.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I do. I think that was like for me when that was it for me as far as those kind of ballads go.
Yeah,
when
I
you
liked
went
it.
love, when you went real love,
Yes. Yes.
you know.
Like,
Damn
and
you.
right before he went super high and then he like went way low. That as a
Yeah.
singer, I'm like, ooh. So yeah.
Did he do this in concert throughout the years?
Yeah, and like
I think so.
the Act 1, Act 2 concerts. Yeah, he
Yeah.
performed "Damn You" live.
Cool. Well, we all give this one a thumbs up, right?
And he
Yeah.
used the word kooky in it. How many songs you know with the word kooky?
The Addams Family.
Yeah.
I don't know what it. I don't know what it is. 2 songs in.
Okay, next, Arrogance. Wasn't the song really short? This one, I don't
It's not,
remember much.
it's not much of a song.
I give it
Very
a sideways. I don't care. I didn't care.
Yeah, I wasn't crazy about it.
Yeah, sideways too.
Placeholder.
We're getting to the part of the album where he's trying to tell a story now, right? Like it's more
Right,
we're getting
right,
to the
yeah.
story. And to me, this isn't my favorite part of the album. I think I like some of the stuff towards the beginning a little bit more. But that's just my personal opinion. Does anyone have anything to say about Arrogance? Because I don't have anything to say. No. All right. The flow. Does anyone have anything to say about the flow? Okay.
After the chicken.
And this is not the same flow that he was talking about in I Want to Melt with You.
You cannot just go there.
The flow's got that great horn line, right? That's the one with the
I'm trying to think.
vocals are very short, but then there's a long extended instrumental break with the
Na, 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 na. That one.
Oops, sorry.
no, it's,
I
don't know,
Before I forget,
Somewhere in that
too,
part of the album.
Arrogance, actually, my bad. The last line is because we're talking about Maite, right? So that's a little shady for this lady was only 16 years old.
right. I heard that. I'm like, mm-hmm.
I think it was kind of like smart on his part because he knew if I don't address this first, then other
Eventually
people
they
will.
will.
So let me address the elephant in the room. I think that's what that was like kind of all about.
He's doing the Donald Trump.
Right. Let me tell him myself.
Right.
Other people tell him myself, and then it,
Yeah.
kind of like, oh, okay, yeah. It's like,
Did anybody actually listen this far on the album though? Because I didn't even.
then it's cold blooded, cold.
it's
Well-
actually a fictional story, though, right? I mean, he's addressed her as like a member of the royal family of some
Oh,
kind.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's simple. It's like an Egyptian,
Right.
Yeah,
She's Puerto Rican.
yeah,
But the story is that she's from Egypt.
Right.
right.
Well, that's incredible clip. With her, with the sword and everything. Yeah, but that still don't make her Egyptian.
Right.
All I remember is that
That's the story of the album. I
She
mean,
was in Europe belly dancing over there for years. So she did
Yeah.
a lot of stuff in different countries.
I did think it was how interesting how the flow went right into 7. That surprised me when I listened to the album.
Yeah, because the flow is more like his rap, and then it
Right,
goes
yeah,
into
pop,
this
yeah.
beautiful song.
I give the flow thumbs down. I think. I just
yeah,
didn't care.
flows sideways.
it's too short to even get it.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
about it either.
Now I will say, back in 1992, I was surprised when 7 released as a single because it didn't jump out to me when I bought the album. But then it was a huge hit. So
They
Yeah.
actually wanted 7 to be
The first single.
Yeah, the first signal, and Prince wanted My Name Is Prince to be the first signal, and he fought towards that, but when 7 did come out, of course they were right. It became like it'd be a huge hit.
Do you think 7 would have been an even bigger hit if it was the lead single?
I think so.
I think so.
It's
Yeah,
kind of a big hit, even if not being released as a second single. I think, or was it the second single? Yeah.
When I listened to it, though, I haven't listened to 7 in years, and I did grow to love that song, but it has aged well. Like, I think sometimes Prince wasn't the most successful at modernizing his sound into the 90s, but I thought 7 was the perfect meshing of the classic Prince with some 90s sounds, with some new sounds. He had like the DJ scratches in there. I think this song is just brilliant. Now, what's it about, though? What are the 7? Somebody tell me.
The 7 deadly sins.
Oh, 7. Okay, 7 deadly sins.
They say it's that or the 7th something in music. I forget the term. So then shut up, Ben. Okay, good.
Oh.
No. What do you mean?
There's like a term in music, something with the seven. I don't know. And if you guys know music, the terms.
Well, a 7th is a minor, so it's a minor interval.
That's what I think. It's like something that that was just like a theory of it. But yeah, I've heard of the 7 deadly sins, and who knows what it's about, because the lyrics are just kind of ambiguous,
right?
And his birthday's on the 7th. Who knows?
I see it as 7 deadly sins if we're talking about it, because it's 7 will watch them fall, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the idea that they're gonna, and especially I think considering he's getting into that story part right now,
right?
So it is a lot of those 7 deadly sins, and with the Maite character, and so what else? Let me see. One day all 7 will die. They'll stand in the way of love. And how often do people, another one of my absolute favorites, Sade,
Oh, would you Phonogenics Sade?
I will 100% do that.
Yes, we're doing it.
I will be there. But
there's only like 6 albums too, so.
True, she only puts out an album like once every 12 years.
Now
it's like the groundhog.
Yeah.
Years in the shadow, and did Sade put out an album?
I have my own theory about 7. I have my own theory that I want to run by you guys.
Yeah.
Do you recall during Bad Dance, he said he was going to put the 7-inch in the computer. So maybe it's about his 7 inches.
Oh my God.
No. Okay. No.
Wait.
No. Okay.
No.
I think that's giving him a lot of credit personally, but hey, what do I know?
You never know. I maybe we shouldn't say this on the camera. Never mind.
Come on.
We will stick with the 7 deadly sins. Jahida, what were we going to say? Anything goes on Phonogenics.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, I have to say that, I have had a partner in my life who was probably about as tall as Prince, but boy was packing a tripod. So.
Oh, dang. You have his number?
He is married now and has children, but yeah. But
like 12 and you watch him fall.
So I just gotta say, I mean, just because somebody is small doesn't mean that that's small either.
I haven't had good experiences you have, so I'm only going by what I know. I was 12.
You know what? Going by what I know, I think I'm Team Jahida on this one, because I also have had some similar things. You know what? I think I'm gonna go get a biker hat with some chains on it.
I have that hat. They recreated it. Paisley Park.
Oh.
You're not wearing it for the podcast?
Hold on.
Oh, yes.
Well, so while she's getting that, one of the things I wanted to say too is I think that one of the reasons why this was also popular was going to like actually talking about the music and the form is because it did have like those Middle Eastern style, that scale and everything.
Right.
And one of the other really popular songs at the time was "Losing My Religion" by REM. And I think
Oh,
people were starting to really get into that whole, just different scales and stuff like that. So I think that kind of helped its popularity.
it's the right time and the right place for it.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, is there anybody here that doesn't give 7 a thumbs up?
I got
2 thumbs up.
I get 7 thumbs up.
7 thumbs up.
7 thumbs up.
4. Imagine my feet are up here.
See, my leg. Last time my legs were up for "I Want to Melt with You." I'm not putting them up for this.
Oh.
I remember asking Mike Tay. I'm very good friends with Mike Tay. I said, "Where do you guys get all those kids from for the 7 video?" And she was like, "What did she say?" She said, "Oh, we rented the kids like they came from an agency."
I don't understand the significance of the kids in the album cover itself. What did it have to tie in with it?
So what's interesting to me is, so 7 was like the second, third, or fourth single, depending on what territory you're in. And the video was filmed before the album came out. So it's interesting that,
they wanted 7 to be the first single, and Prince refused. He was like, no, I want My Name Is Prince. They like, dude, like, are you kidding me? That's, like,
well, you missed it, but Ben was like, I don't understand why he felt the need to put that out first. We all know who he is.
Right. Of course. But
Marcus, we were divided on My Name Is Prince, and maybe we need a tiebreaker. How do you feel about that song?
Let's see. Okay, wait a minute. Who liked it? Who didn't like it?
No.
No. Nope.
We don't want to bias your opinion.
No, I'm just curious. That's all. As far as My Name Is Prince goes, I would give it. I like the Bart Simpson rap better, maybe. I don't give it. I wouldn't give it a thumbs up. I wouldn't give it a thumbs up. I would probably give it a thumb sideways, maybe, like. But I don't. I mean, it's like, I know word from word, it does sound different in the club.
You know Tony M's part, right?
You said what?
I said, I bet you even know Tony M's part too, right?
But but it's like, I thought it was cool. My Name Is Prince. Okay, that's, I don't know. It's just, I don't give it a thumbs up. No, I would give it a thumbs up. No.
I gave it a thumbs up.
I gave it a thumbs up. Clark gave it an up. All right. Any other thoughts on 7 before we move on?
I just love this song.
Would you say that was Prince's second to last huge hit, with Most Beautiful Girl in the World being the final one?
No. Commercial hit?
What else was there?
Hold up.
How are you defining hit?
Like top 10?
I think commercial. I think he's talking commercial.
Like charting wise?
Commercial?
Yeah, chart wise.
Maybe. I don't know. It seems like there was other stuff that charted, though.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff with Third Eye Girl.
Yeah.
Charted.
Yeah. The album.
Not albums are one thing, but I mean like top 40 singles on the top 40 singles chart.
I think
Not even
Breakfast
a
Can
bit
Wait
more,
is pretty
though.
good on the charts. Right?
What's that?
I think Breakfast Can Wait did pretty good on the charts.
Yeah.
I know it charted. I don't know, like, if it's top 10, I don't think.
Right.
But
Yeah, you late serial hater.
Right. Moving on. And God Created Woman.
Oh, I got a story.
I will say before you start that, much like Love to the Nines, I really. Oh, there she is.
oh, God. You made that really quick.
Let's spotlight. I'm going to spotlight Melissa. Melissa, let me spotlight you. Put that back on.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Heavy.
Oh, this is the best podcast ever.
I
Yeah,
can't
that
really
thing?
put it on because I didn't take the plastic off the chain,
Oh my God.
so it doesn't look as cool.
Can you see out of that thing?
I think Prince
Not
can see
really.
out of that thing. Prince can see out of that.
Of course not.
I did try on the actual one that he used. It was one of the ones he used. It was in a storage unit in Minneapolis, and my friend Kefli got some items out of that storage unit. So it's missing some chains, but it's one of the ones he used.
Yeah. He put it on my head too. He said, "Hey, put this on your head." I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
hey, not the hair." Hey.
Okay, Marcus, you have a story about "And God Created Woman."
So again, I'm in high school. I love this album, man. I was in high school. You know, high school is a big part of my my life here. So I'm in high school, and we were oh man, oh my God, you just gotta just go back. So I think at this point it's like 94, right? It's like 94, and we were all messing up in class, right? Like I think this was English, and the teacher said, "Hey, you guys are messing up, da 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 da. You all gonna fail, but I'm gonna give you guys some extra credit. So you guys got to come in here. I think it was like a Friday. She was like, hey, go over the weekend, like learn a song, come in here and pantomize your favorite like song or whatever, but you have to look like you're singing, but no words can come out, like no sound can come out your mouth." And so I'm in the back of the class. I'm like, oh, I'm going to slam dunk this one. I was like, oh my God, this is easy. This is our extra credit, really? Like, okay, I got this. So I was going to do God Created Woman. I knew the song back and forth. I really loved it. I dug the song. I was like, I'm going to do this song. It's a real chill song. It's cool. Until I went to go visit my mom and sisters. I go see them on the weekends. I went to go visit my mom and sisters in the city, and they had the box. Y'all remember the box where you could call?
Yeah.
And you got the video. So I was like, "What is this?" They was like, "This is the box." And I was like, "I don't have a box. Like, what is this?" And that was the first time I saw the most beautiful girl in the world, and I was like, "Oh, I'm doing this. I'm doing this song." So the most beautiful girl in the world bumped my God Created Woman.
It never happened. It never happened, did it?
It did. I went. I told my mom take me to the record store. She bought the single. I learned the song in 2 days, and then when class came on Monday, I like nailed it because everybody was like, "What?"
Your performance of "And God Created Woman" never happened.
I never did it. Yeah, I never did it.
Marcus, you have a chance right now. You have a chance right now.
It's only 6:50 on the West Coast over here.
You have a chance right now to do that performance that you did not do in 1994.
You still have it in you. You need to release it.
I mean, oh my God! I always loved God Created Woman. I always loved that. Flesh of my flesh, bone of my bone. I was just like, wow, like this is awesome. Like,
Yeah.
I used to be in my room because I had a little boom box. I used to be just listening like this. Like,
I just love that it has that organic band sound from some of my favorite parts of Diamonds and Pearls. I think New Power Generation was a great band. This was a band song, right? This wasn't Prince playing all the instruments, was it?
I think it was. It was a band. Yeah.
Yeah, I give this one a thumbs up.
Yeah.
I think this song is also a testament to Prince's love of women. Because when I first got into him and everything, they're like, "Oh, he's gay," and I'm like, I never got a gay vibe from him.
I never got a gay vibe from Prince.
I never got a gay vibe from him. And me being a homosexual, not practicing, but a homosexual, you think I pick up on it?
Marcus, you missed it, but Ben here did say that he lost his virginity at 12 years old to the Dirty Mind album. So I just want to put that out there.
Side two.
Side two. Oh my! At 12? Oh my! Wow! What was your parents at? What was that?
I know they were at work.
Oh,
I love it.
And
Yeah.
so are you, apparently.
I know.
Oh.
Think I want that?
I guess you really partied up, didn't you? Anyway,
Oh, I sure did.
he went
I
to
sure
Uptown. Okay. Anyway, where were we? And God created woman. Oh yeah. So yes, Prince loves the woman. Yes. I never got a gay vibe either.
Yeah, I think the words to it are beautiful. If you just would dedicate that to somebody, it's like he created you. Same with the most beautiful girl in the world. I mean, he's a lover of women, which most of us are. Came from them, but he can express it better than a lot of us.
Yeah.
Sure.
Beautiful sentiment.
Do we have any thoughts from the women on our panel? Jahida, Melissa, how'd this song sit with you?
I love
Well,
this
I
song.
feel. I'm sorry. I like it too. Go ahead, Melissa.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that obviously it's told by the like a real New Testament kind of perspective, which is it's fitting because of the idea of him having this story being from in Egypt and everything. So it kind of fits, but at the same time you could take it out of that story and it works, which is great.
Melissa, any thoughts?
No, I mean, not anything that hasn't already been said, but I do really like the song. I love his falsetto and.
Was this a unanimous thumbs up from the Phonogenics
It
panel? Wow. I love it when we all agree. And I love it when we don't all agree too. I love it all. Okay, next. Oh, Lord. I forgot. You know what? I totally forgot about the song until I listened to it. I forgot that Prince wanted to do his own Bohemian Rhapsody.
Exactly.
With 3 Chains of Gold. When I started listening to it, I'm like, okay. Then it kept going on. I'm like, oh, Lord. I remember this. I'm not going to talk, and I'm going to. Does somebody?
My favorite line is this morning I wanted a cup of coffee, but I didn't have any cream. Then he says, what is it? I wanted some inspirations, but I didn't have any dreams. That's my favorite line.
I feel like this is the one that really sounds kind of Broadway to me.
Now, did you like this one?
I mean, I do.
I love it.
It's a guilty pleasure of mine as well.
I can mess with it. I think I like when he got like, this is the best day of my life, and he just like boom,
You hear the joy in it, right? At that part.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we look back now, we're like, okay, girl was 16, but he was in love.
He was in love. Age is nothing but a number.
Not if you're Florida.
Why is age more than a number?
Unless you're Tevin Campbell, but we're not talking.
Oh, I like adult Tevin Campbell, not round and round.
I know, I'm just playing.
I don't like anything off Graffiti Bridge, including Tevin.
Cold-blooded.
Hey.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I love Round and Round.
Cold-blooded.
Well, I think I listened to 3 Chains of Gold a couple times when it came out, and then I listened to it today, and I appreciate his ambition. Yeah, I think Prince. What is this? His 12th album? He was still trying different things. He was still exploring new territory. That's awesome. A lot of people run out of ideas after their damn second album. So here we are.
It was the 14th.
14th, yeah. Okay. So
yeah, I love it because of the there's a lot of live instruments in it. I mean, just like I said, he was all over the place with this album. I mean, all over the place. I was just like, wow, like this is amazing. Like I said, and I really love that typhoon look with the waves, waves on the side. I thought that was just like, wow, that's like he had to sit in the dryer for a long time. The whole thing. He's so committed to this hairstyle.
He had the finger waves, and
he was sexy. He was sexy during this era. Especially after Melissa. I know Melissa loved the graffiti hair bridge, but that didn't really do
graffiti
it.
Bridge hair.
You like that
Graffiti hairbrush.
Speaking dyslexic.
graffiti? Yeah.
Jeremy,
Yes.
I just didn't like the little. Wasn't it for this album? He had the little curls coming down the.
Yeah.
Yeah, or up
Yeah,
here.
he had the roller set going on the top, kind of on the back, and then the finger weights on the side. Oh yeah, he had the close beard, with the swoop around. Yeah.
But then his edges got kind of nasty. Like if he didn't get his hair permed in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't like that look. I like the previous album look, Diamonds and Pearls.
It was kind of like the same.
That was a typhoon too.
It's kind of, but it wasn't. It didn't have the little waves and stuff.
It had the waves too. Hit the finger waves on the side. Yeah, he had the finger waves.
There's a little different.
He wore this style for 3 years, 91 and 93.
That's pretty long for him.
What was his hair by the time of Gold Experience? What was the hair for that one?
He had that short look with the
yeah.
I call it
Liza
Minnelli. I call it Liza Minnelli look. Yep. That's what it was, Liza Minnelli.
You did have the Liza. I remember that. Clark, were you gonna say something about me?
Well, I was going to piggyback on what you said, where one of the great things about Prince, I think, is his quote unquote failures are at least interesting.
Yeah.
Whereas other artists, their successes are still kind of boring. So
right.
Even when he doesn't hit the target, I'm like, well, good for him for trying to try something new. So it's never boring.
Yeah.
And something I want to mention in doing a little bit of research for this podcast, so I don't totally suck, is Diamonds and Pearls and this album were unique in that there were very few vault songs, if none. Because, Graffiti Bridge was really heavy on the vault songs. And mostly Diamonds and Pearls and this album were material written for these albums.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Well, any other thoughts?
I give it a thumbs up. I'll
give it a thumbs up.
It's unique. It's unique.
I did too.
For the uniqueness of it.
It's up there with Purple and Gold to me. Same kind of vibe, It's like very.
That's one of the fourth songs I don't like.
Yeah, sorry, Ben. I'm not there for the
Purple and Gold is kind of hard for me to digest too.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you know what? It was unexpected, and it is what it is. So,
but I don't think 3 Chainz of Gold is in the same level as Purple and Gold.
You're right. You're right.
If it makes Melissa's 4-song list.
yeah, right.
Hey, 4 is very good. 4 is very good.
I love Melissa because she'll be talking about like the most obscure song, like track 7 of 2010. And she'll be like, I love that song.
I'm kind of like that too. I love most of the stuff. I do. Even for that most people don't like it, I tend to appreciate it for what it is and for the artistry of it. He's never failed me in that way.
You guys are going to lead me into his later catalog. When we do our brief overview of the later albums, I'm going to go listen to them on your recommendations.
There you go.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
I had a question for Marcus. Did you, okay, we were talking about Love, what was it, Love to the Nines? Where the Maite little thing at the end, is that actually Maite on the album or is it somebody else?
You know what? I think it might have been. Oh man, that's a good one.
She's credited. She's credited for it, but we wondered if it really was her or not.
I mean, if she's credited for it, it might be her. Yeah.
But you know how Prince did credits.
So, it didn't sound like her.
Yeah, it's isn't it? Or did Jahida say that it was credited to Carmen Electra?
I mean, Carmen Electra was like pretty much like.
I said that I heard that somewhere that she did that part.
By the way, Ben, I'm Jahida.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
And I'm Bean, not Ben. Just kidding. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's okay.
I mean, it could be possibility Carmen Electra or the same thing. Like I said, I thought that when Continental, that part was Maite, and then it was like, nah. And then I saw the video, I was like, oh, it's Carmen Electra. So that whole era, he still was kind of messing around with Carmen Electra.
Well, yeah, I was saying that it kind of sounded like Elisa because, didn't she do the part in Love Machine as well?
Mm-hmm. She did.
Jill Jones had to lip sync to Elisa's vocals,
and the same performance that they both did, which I thought was hilarious.
Unrelated, but you just mentioned Jill again. I noticed the other day that they were celebrating Sheila E.'s second album coming out, and Jill posted something on Twitter like, "Yep, had to do background
Getting
on
back
that.
up on that one too. Yep.
Got to go listen now to try to find her spots."
I love
Right.
Sheila E.'s second album. I love that album.
Yeah, I liked it too.
All right.
Jill helped again.
Yep.
The final song of this long, very interesting album. Lots of things. Prince tried a lot of things. The Sacrifice of Victor. Who here loves this song? Does anyone want to start this one off? Oh, Ben, talk about the
I love it. I don't want to start it up.
I love it too, but I'll wait.
You see, I'll be honest, I never made it this far back in the day, and I listened to it today, and I remember liking it more than I thought I was going to. But I don't have anything to say about it. Marcus, you got to know about the Sacrifice of Victor.
That he performed it on TV. He I guess with the Steels and stuff, but I mean it's an okay song to me. It's not,
Who's Victor? What's he talking about here? Is this part?
Well, it's pretty autobiographical. Like the beginning part where he says epileptic till the age of 7. We never knew that about him.
Yeah, right.
So I think that's pretty telling.
He was telling, like he always do. He always talks, but you just like have to actually listen.
Yeah. He was also talking about the political stuff and the racism that was going on at
Okay.
the time. And I didn't really back then, I guess I didn't really appreciate this song, but let me tell you, I just went to Celebration in June and we had the VIP brunch with the Steels, and with just the Steels sang this song, it just gave it a whole new life. Like I just heard all the lyrics for once, and it was kind of like I don't want to say spiritual, but it was kind of like a moment where it's like, oh my gosh, why didn't I not love this song all along?
Right.
I mean, stuff sounds different live than it does on CD. So
I must admit,
they performed this at Celebration
At the brunch, at the VIP
at the brunch.
yeah.
Okay,
That's awesome.
I must admit, as the host, I didn't come into this album knowing it as well as I know some other ones. So I do appreciate everyone that does know it more giving their insights. And I feel like this is a song that I will go back to, because when I listened to it today, it was a lot better than I had remembered it. And it seems like it has a lot to offer in the lyrics.
Well, all of the lyrics are still relevant to today. The racism, I know about segregation and stuff now, but I mean, it's a very political song.
Yeah.
Is he Victor?
He doesn't say he is, but somebody that's victorious, I would say yes.
Yeah.
Or if he's talking, like if he's still in this, whole story before that and being part of it, then maybe it's, the progeny that he had with the girl.
Okay.
I mean, don't quote me on that. It's just a theory.
Well, I give this one a thumbs up. I'm intrigued.
I'll go with you. I'll go with you on that. I give it
Thumbs
to
up.
This was a long album. There's a lot to digest.
A lot of songs. Of songs.
And the songs I loved Sexy Motherfucker, Blue Light, I Want to Melt With You, and 7. And back in the day, I just went to those 4 songs and listened to them like over and over and over. And does anyone have in front of them what month this album came out?
Came out in November, I believe.
Okay, because I really remember listening to this a lot during the Christmas season when I had the Christmas lights in the room.
Yeah, I want to say it came out in November.
November 17th.
Ooh, I had a crush on this straight guy, Ryan McGahee. And I just remember listening to this album and just being like, oh, I wish Ryan was here. So
I wish Ryan was here.
Ryan was here to hang out.
So do you guys all know each other? I mean, besides this, you guys are friends outside of the podcast?
Me and Clark are in the same city. And then we both met Melissa.
Colorado, right?
Yes.
And me and Clark are in Tampa.
Okay.
Yeah. So I met them when they came to Akron. And then I met Marcus last year at the Twins game. So
Right on.
But I have never physically met anyone here.
That's about to change, though.
Will change.
You are going to be my friend in real life.
Come to Chicago to the Merce experience. Come on, man.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
my best friend does live in Chicago, so next time I go out there, I'll be hitting you up.
Yeah, hit me up.
I want to go to Paisley Park next year. Who will go with me? Anybody?
I
Okay,
would love to go again.
Hello.
we're going next year then. We are going to Paisley
Love it.
Park. All right. This
But
is
we
So how
have
do
to do the VIP.
yeah.
We
We're doing the
an offer to
VIP.
Melissa last time that when she comes to Florida, we'll show her around. So same offer is open to you. So Kissimmee's not far from here.
Yeah, I'd love to go to Kissimmee and hang out in front of the Wizard gift shop, which is in the
The
Florida
traffic
Plaza.
between here and
Yeah, I
there
didn't
is
make it.
miserable.
I was coming down to Florida last week, but I didn't make it. So
Next time.
I'll get there.
Yeah, I used to
Well,
drive
I'm on the West Coast. I'm in
Clark.
San Diego, so the offer extends. I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just saying the offer is extended as well.
And
San
you're in
Diego.
California, right?
I'm in San Diego.
San Diego. Oh yes.
Kind of like Florida.
I don't think anybody wants to come to Ohio, but
I'll come to hang out
We
with
did
you.
Ohio.
Ohio was nice. Ohio nice.
Well, Prince's Symbol album is a long ride. Thank you for your patience with me knowing some of the songs better than others, but I still wanted to discuss it. And of course, the people who watch this podcast can comment on what they thought of this album. We're going to do our Phonogenics rating. And then after we're done, we're going to pause and schedule the next discussion. Melissa, you're in the top left. What do you give the Symbol album on a scale of 1 to 10?
I give it a 9.25.
A 9? Oh, Clark Brooks.
8+, and I want to mention that we're all heroes for putting up with you.
From him and me.
Yeah, for you. Yeah, you're a handful.
I'm
That's a
also,
compliment, by the way.
I'm also a mouthful from what I've been told.
Oh my god! Exactly what I was talking about.
So stupid. So stupid.
So stupid.
So not true. Also, okay, Jahida, please join us for Prince again, even though we're a little ridiculous.
No, I like it. I just don't get the chance to do it all the time. So I'm gonna say, and don't hate me, 7.5.
I do not hate you because my rating is
That's
still
fair.
forthcoming. Okay, Marcus.
I'll give it a 10.
Oh,
I'll give it a strong 10 because if you look at this album, listen to it as a whole, and then you fast forward to like some of his stuff, like what he left us with, I just think this is like I don't know, this way better, I don't know, it's a really, really nice album. Like I said, it's all over the place, but yeah, strong 10 for me. This was like that breaking point for me to, as being a teenager. And then you got to think about it. He was preparing us for the future with the actual symbol on the front. Like this is this is the future right here. So and the symbol is everywhere now. So I give it a strong 10.
all right. Ben, your first Phonogenics rating. What do you give?
The pressure.
What do you give the Prince Symbol album?
I'd give it a 7. I mean, it had its strong points, but the weak points for me were pretty weak. But I'd still give it a strong 7. It was better than what other people released at the time for the majority. So I give it a 7.
All right, and I will give it
7.5, but somebody stole that, so I want to give some contrast.
I also agree that there's some very strong points, but there's also some filler. Or I don't even want to say it's filler. I want to say it's experiments that didn't quite work for me. So I'm also going to give the album 7. So there we go. We did it. We got through the Symbol album. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to my friends who are all going to Paisley Park next year. And I have a couple of friends here in Tampa that want to join also. And to my Patreon subscribers, we will see you next month where we talk about an album that I even know less about. And maybe we shouldn't do a podcast, but would you like to talk about the Gold Experience?
Yeah, sure.
Oh yeah.
Will you talk? Because I have nothing to say. I don't know this album that well.
I was going to ask if anybody saw or had the VHS of all the videos on this album.
I have to go. Yeah, I have 3 Chainz to go.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I had the VHS back then, and I watched it over and over and
Aw.
over again. Like all the videos were awesome.
Can I do a little starfuckery here? Sure. Can I just?
You're getting upset about saying star fuckery when we've had a sexy motherfucker.
I know pedophiles. I know, but anyway, I used to work at Glamour Shots, right?
Okay.
And my manager, the makeup artist, was the chick in the Get Off video holding the Victrola.
Oh.
And she told her name's Allie, and she told me that Prince smelled delicious.
Oh,
And she was on the set all day,
Of
and
course
she was
he
in
did.
the video for like minutes. But just thought I'd put that out there.
Oh, of course he smelled delicious. All right, I'm going to pause and we can still chat for one moment. But much love to you all. We will see you next month.